Well, I'm Tom Eitler. I'm the Vice President for Advisory Services at ULI, and we conduct about 15 to 20 advisory service panels around the country and around the world every year. Well, the Advisory Services was called in by the Community Redevelopment Agency for Los Angeles, CRA, and they were really looking at how to redevelop and reuse their industrial corridor, which is a massive 4-mile long, 2,400 acre area located right east of downtown. And the questions that were asked were, how do they evolve that area? What do they look at with regard to the reuse of properties, and how to go about the dealing with the infrastructure that's such an important part of that area. Well, as with all ULI panels, we have a tour of the area in question, and what you're about to see is some examples of the area where the Arts District is. So Tom Curley, here we are on the tour for the Clean Tech Corridor.
Yes, sir.
What are your thoughts? What have you seen?
I think it's a very rich neighborhood, extremely rich. It just seems to me there's just plenty of opportunity for a lot of things to happen here.
John Walsh, chair of the Clean Tech panel for ULI. We're on the tour. What have you seen today that excites you?
Well, I think the most exciting thing is there's already a bit of a catalyst in place in a number of the different sections we've looked at. I think the activity level where we're standing right now is very high. But I think we're gonna try and glean over the next few hours an understanding of how things are happening here. What is the driver of the potential newcomers to this area, or the changes to the existing businesses here.
When we issued our report, we phrased it as evolving the industrial corridor, and the key behind that was we're not looking at wholesale redevelopment, scraping and cleaning the area, but how to reuse the uses that are there now. John Walsh, the chair for this, and the other panel members fairly quickly came to the conclusion that it was just too large an area to try to have an overarching set of suggestions for, and that they quickly got down to this Arts District as really the locus or the focus of what they should be doing with their clean tech manufacturing. The reason for looking at it as a smaller area is nothing sells like a concentrated, successful example, and the Arts District already had that starting point. They had a few new residential areas, they had new manufacturing and some prototype manufacturing that was down there. Eric Moss from the Southern California Institute of Architecture, SCI-Arc, went about his presentation talking about not denying the industrial infrastructure that's there. I think that was an important point that the panel took to heart.
Infrastructure, obviously a big issue here, and I think our position is that infrastructure in this city, be it the river, the power grids, the tracks, and the freeways, are what, at the largest scale, defines this city. How you see it, how you use it, not the architecture, but the infrastructure. And the argument here was to use that infrastructure, not to deny it, but to use that infrastructure as a foundation for the next iteration of the city.
I think the real attractiveness of this to these prototype manufacturers, these fabricators, and these sort of innovative entrepreneurs in the manufacturing world want to see that kind of sort of dirty, gritty industrial. And it's kind of funky and it's cool, and that's why people want to be there. And the thing is, those are companies that are small. Those are the ones that are actually making it in the world right now. And even in Los Angeles with this gigantic manufacturing base, it's still the 1, 2, 5, and 10 people in a company that really makes the area work. I think all ULI panels come to the conclusion that it's the existing organizations that are in place that can be most useful in these kind of redevelopment and reemployment efforts. If you don't know it, LA has a tremendous amount of manufacturing, more than you would ever expect. The Hollywood experience and the whole entertainment industry, that is very important. But really the base of manufacturing in LA is their industrial base, and the question is how are they going to make that work in the 21st century? And I hope we've helped them with the Clean Tech panel.